Prime Minister Narendra Modi will also hold talks with the US President Barack Obama on the sidelines of the 14th ASEAN-India Summit today. While Pakistan seems to be facing growing isolation on the issue of aiding and abetting terror in South Asia, US has upped the ante on Pakistan once again, saying it wants to see accountability and justice in 26/11 Mumbai terror attack case. In some plain speak, it has asked Pakistan to go after all terror groups operating from its soil and crack down on the safe havens for terrorists there.
The US has reiterated that it wants to see full accountability and justice in the case of the Mumbai terror attacks. It continues to encourage and push for greater counter-terrorism cooperation and intelligence sharing between India and Pakistan in this regard.
Clear that we want to see accountability and justice in the case of the Mumbai attacks. And as you noted, there were American citizens who lost their lives in those terrible attacks. We've long encouraged and pushed for greater counterterrorism cooperation, and that includes the sharing of intelligence between India and Pakistan in that regard. That continues. Those efforts continue. As I said, we want to see full accountability for these terrible attacks.
State Department Deputy Spokesperson Mark Toner has said that America is in touch with the highest level of the government of Pakistan and has asked them to target all militant groups, especially those that are operating from within Pakistan's territory.
That we have had very frank conversations with Pakistan's leadership and military leadership about the need to focus more efforts on those terrorist groups, all the terrorist groups rather, that are operating from within Pakistani soil, or territory rather. Pakistan must target all militant groups, including those that target Pakistan's neighbors, and eliminate all safe havens.
This is not the first time that the US has put Pakistan in the dock over its track record on the issue of terrorism. In May 2016, the United States House of Representatives voted in favor of a defense policy bill seeking to increase restrictions on military aid for Pakistan unless certain conditions are met. The House expressed frustration over Islamabad's failure to crack down on the Haqqani network. It passed the National Defense Authorization Act 2017 that blocks aid to Islamabad unless it does more to fight the Haqqani network. The Haqqani network is seen as a major threat to US forces in Afghanistan. It is also responsible for some of the highest profile attacks of the Afghan war, including 2 major suicide bombings in 2008 and 2009 against the Indian embassy at Kabul. Following this last month, Pentagon blocked $300 million of military aid to Pakistan after Defense Secretary Ashton Carter declined to give a certification to the Congress that Pakistan is taking sufficient action against the dreaded Haqqani network. Meanwhile, the United States Senate Committee on Foreign Relations has called a hearing to review Pakistan's role in the ongoing fight against terrorism. The hearing, titled Pakistan Challenges for US Interests, will take place on Thursday. The recent Kabul attacks are likely to affect the committee's hearing, and serious questions might be raised about Islamabad's role in the anti-terrorism war. The fact that US continues to question Pakistan on its track record in tackling terrorism arising from its soil exposes Pakistan's doublespeak. It clearly isn't matching actions with its placatory commitments to quashing terrorism in South Asia. Bureau Report, DD News.
And reacting to US's statement seeking accountability and justice in the Mumbai terror attacks, defense expert PK Sehgal has said the development is good for India as it shows that India-US relations have improved.
जब तक हिंदुस्तान और अमेरिका के रिश्ते नहीं इम्प्रूव हुए, अमेरिका सॉफ्टली इसके ऊपर बोलता रहा, लेकिन कोई बड़े प्रेशर नहीं पाकिस्तान के ऊपर डाला. लेकिन अभी क्योंकि पाकिस्तान और अमेरिका के रिश्तों में कड़वाहट आई है और हिंदुस्तान और अमेरिका के रिश्तों में बहुत उछाल आया है, अमेरिका साफ तौर पे हिंदुस्तान को सपोर्ट कर रहा है और पाकिस्तान को एक किस्म से वेरी स्ट्रांगली सजेस्ट कर रहा है कि लाजमी है कि आप उनके खिलाफ कार्रवाई करो. अकाउंटेबिलिटी पाकिस्तानी नेशन की और पाकिस्तानी स्टेट की है कि उन उग्रवादियों को गिरफ्तार किया जाए और उनको जस्टिस के सामने रखा जाए.